Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Before going to the video, those who are not subscribed our channel, subscribe it and also click the bell button. In this video, let us see the questions 61 to 80 of the November 2020 Electronic Science paper. 61st question, a differential transformer is a differential voltage of two secondary windings of a transformer is varied by positioning the magnetic core through an electronically applied force. This statement is correct. Next statement is used for pressure measurement. This statement is also correct. Next, it is used for force measurement. Yes, it is used for force measurement also. So this statement is also correct. Next, it is used for displacement measurement. This statement is also correct. Next, it is used for position measurement. This statement is also correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question. The Wheatstone bridge is widely used for precision measurement of resistance. First one, from 1 ohm to few milliohm. Second one, very low resistance. Third one, very high resistance. Fourth option, 1 milliohm to 10 kilo ohm. Fifth one, 0.1 ohm to 100 kilo ohm. We know that Wheatstone bridge is used for measurement of medium resistance, that is from 1 ohm to few milliohm. So here answer A is correct. Next question. The shearing bridge, one of the most important AC bridge, is used for measurement of, here first one capacitance measurement, second one phase angle measurement, third one inductance measurement, fourth one resistance measurement, fifth one torque measurement. We know that shearing bridge is used for measurement of capacitance and phase angle. So here answer A is correct. Next question. For the unit step response of second order system, following statements are given. First statement, delayed time is the time required for the response to reach 60% of the final value in first attempt. This statement is wrong. Next statement, settling time is the time required for the response to reach and stay within 2% or 5% tolerance band of its final value. This statement is correct. Next statement, delayed time is the time required for the response to reach 50% of the final value in first attempt. This statement is correct. Next statement, settling time is the time required for the response to reach and stay within 50% of the final value. This statement is wrong. So only statements 2 and 3 are correct. Hence, option B is correct. Next question. A unity feedback system as shown has damping ratio of 0.8 using derivative control. Following parameters are obtained. That is, characteristic equation is equal to s square plus 1.6s plus 16 is equal to 0. Z is equal to 0.2 without derivative control. That is, damping ratio is equal to 0.2. Damping ratio is equal to 0.8 without derivative control. Next, omega n, that is natural frequency of oscillation, is equal to 4 radian per second. They have given the system. Here G of s is equal to 16 divided by s square plus 1.6s and feedback h of s is equal to 1, since they have given unity feedback system. Here statements 1, 2 and 4 are correct. That is, option C is the correct answer. Let us see the solution. We know that characteristic equation is given by the formula 1 plus g of s into h of s is equal to 0. 1 plus g of s they have given as 16 divided by s square plus 1.6s is equal to 0, since h of s is equal to 1. Now simplifying, we have s square plus 1.6s plus 16 is equal to 0. So this is the characteristic equation. Now comparing this equation with the standard second order equation, s square plus 2z omega n into s plus omega n square is equal to 0. we have omega n square is equal to 16. So omega n is equal to 4 radian per second. Next, 2 into z into omega n is equal to 1.6. Substituting omega n as 4, we have z is equal to 1.6 divided by 8, which is equal to 0.2. Hence, the damping ratio is 0.2. Next question. It is match the following type. List 1. Volt ampere characteristics of tunnel diode. List 2. Observation. For this question, you have to remember the IV characteristics of tunnel diode. At peak current IP corresponding to Vp, from the figure you can see that at peak current the slope di by dv is equal to 0. So fourth one is valid. Next one, if voltage increases beyond Vp, that is beyond peak voltage, di by dv is negative. That is, this is the negative resistance region. So option third one is valid. When voltage is just more than valley voltage, from the figure you can see that above valley voltage the resistance becomes and remains positive. So first one is valid. Next, when voltage is more than peak forward voltage, now for this, after peak voltage, current reaches IP and decreases. That is, second one is valid. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question. This is also match the following type. List 1. Diffusion profile measurement technique. List 2. Characteristics. First one, capacitance voltage technique. In this, concentration near the junction space charge region at zero bias cannot be measured. Next, differential conductance. It is not suitable for diffusion studies in VLSI process when shallow junction profile are of interest. So first one is valid for this. Next, spreading resistance. In this technique, 2-point probe arrangement is used. Next, RBS, that is Rutherford backscattering spectrometry. This technique needs Van de Graaff generator. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question, match the following. List 1 H parameters, list 2 transmission parameters. H11, H12, H21, H22. Here H11 will be equal to B by D, H12 is equal to del T by D, H21 is equal to minus 1 by D, H22 is equal to C by D. Here, hence answer D is the correct answer. Let us see the solution. For solving this technique, you have to use two-port network parameter conversion technique. First step is you have to write the equation of two-port network in terms of desired parameters. Here H parameters are desired. So the equations are V1 is equal to H11 into I1 plus H12 into V2. I2 is equal to H21 into I1 plus H22 into V2. Next step is you have to write the two-port network equations in terms of known parameters. Here T parameters are known, that is transmission parameters are known. So V1 is equal to A into V2 minus B into I2 and I1 is equal to C into V2 minus D into I2. In next step, we have to express these known parameter equations in terms of desirable equations. For that, from the I1 equation of T parameter, we can get I2 in terms of I1 and V2. So I2 is equal to minus I1 plus CV2 divided by D. Next, substituting this value of I2 in V1 equation of transmission parameter, we have V1 is equal to A into V2 minus B into I2 is nothing but minus I1 plus C into V2 divided by D. So from this we are expressing V1 as in terms of I1 and V2. So V1 is equal to B into I1 plus AD minus BC into V2 the whole divided by D. Now comparing the equations of I2 and V1 with the H parameter equations, we have H11 is equal to B by D, H12 is equal to AD minus BC by D, that is AD minus BC they have taken as del T by D, H21 is equal to minus 1 by D, H22 is equal to C by D. Next question, it is also match the following type. List 1 they have given the configuration, list 2 they have given the equation of base current. For fixed bias, the equation of base current is IB is equal to VCC minus VBE by RB. Next, for emitter bias, the equation of base current is IB is equal to VCC minus VBE divided by RB plus beta plus 1 into RE. Next, for emitter follower, the equation of base current is IB is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by RB plus beta plus 1 into RE. Next, for common base, the equation of base current is IB is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by beta plus 1 into RE. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question, match the following type. First one, simplest type of ADC. We know that the simplest type of analog to digital converter is counter type ADC. Fastest ADC is flash type ADC. Slowest ADC is dual slope type ADC. Most widely used analog to digital converter is successive approximation type ADC. Next question, it is also match the following type. List 1 they have given the interrupts, list 2 they have given the roam location in hexadecimal. First, reset. We know that roam location for reset is 40. That is fourth one is valid. Next, external hardware interrupt 0, INT 0. For this, the roam location is 0003. Next, timer 0 interrupt TF0. For this, the roam location is 000B. Next, timer 1 interrupt TF1. For this, the roam location is 001B. So here answer A is the correct option. Next question, it is also match the following type. Klystron. We know that in klystron electron bunching occurs. So second one is valid. Next, transfer electron devices. For this, warm electrons are valid. Next, MOSFET. In MOSFET, pinch off occurs. So fourth one is valid. Next, traveling wave tube. It has slow structure. Hence, here option A is the correct answer. Next question, match the following type. DPSK, that is differential phase shift keying. It uses non-coherent detector. Next, amplitude modulation, that is AM. It uses rectifier detector. Next, frequency modulation, that is FM. It uses radio detector. Next, double sideband suppressed carrier. It uses coherent detector. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next question, it is also match the following type. First, slower time constant. It is given by 1 divided by z minus root of z square minus 1 into omega n. Next, rise time. It is given by the formula pi minus phi divided by omega n minus root of 1 minus xi square. Next, settling time. It is given by 1 by 4 into psi into omega n. Next, faster time constant. It is given by the formula 1 divided by psi plus root of psi square plus 1 into omega n. Hence, here C is the correct answer. Next question, it is also match the following type. Here they have given the SI unit prefixes, that is dA, deca, which is equal to 10 to the power 1, that is 10. Next, D is nothing but deci, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 1. Next, F is the prefix for femto, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 15. Next, A is the prefix for atto, which is equal to 10 to the power minus 18. Hence, here option A is the correct answer. Next question, arrange the following semiconductor materials on the basis of energy band gap Eg from highest to lowest. First, silicon selenide. Next, indium arsenide. Next, cadmium telluride. Next, germanium. Next, indium phosphide. If you see, zinc selenide has the highest band gap energy of 2.7 electron volt. Next, cadmium telluride has 1.49 electron volt. Next, indium phosphide has 1.35 electron volt. Next, germanium has 0.7 electron volt. Next, indium arsenide has 0.36 electron volt. So here option D is the correct answer. Next question, the sequence of first to last step involved in a typical silicon gate NMOS transistor is. The first step in silicon gate NMOS transistor is patterning of silicon dioxide layer. The next step is gate oxidation. The next step is implant or diffusion. The next step is contact cuts. And the last step is patterning of aluminum layer. So here option C is the correct answer. Next question, arrange the Nyquist sampling interval of the signal in descending order. First, sync 300T, next sync 300T plus sync square 300T, next sync 200T, next sync 200T plus sync square 200T, next sync 200T plus sync 500T. Here option C is the correct answer. Let us see the solution. First one, zinc 300T. Here let us take omega m is equal to 300 pi. So 2 pi Fm is equal to 300 pi. Fm is nothing but 150. So the frequency of message signal is 150. Now the sampling time is equal to 1 by 2 Fm. So which is equal to 1 by 2 into 150. Hence the sampling time is 1 by 300 second. Next, for zinc 300T plus zinc square 300T, we have omega 1 is equal to 2 pi Fm 1 is equal to 300 pi. And second one, for zinc square 300, we have omega is equal to 600, that is 300 into 2. So 2 pi Fm 2 is equal to 600 pi. For more than one signal, we have to take the frequency as maximum of both the signals. So here Fm1 is equal to 150 and Fm2 is equal to 300. Maximum of Fm1 and Fm2 is 300. So the frequency here is 300 Hz. Now the sampling time is 1 by 2 into Fm, which is equal to 1 by 2 into 300, which is equal to 1 by 600 second. Similarly, for zinc 200T, we have the sampling time as 1 by 200 second, and for zinc 200T plus zinc square 200T, we have sampling time as 1 by 400 second, and for zinc 200T plus zinc 500T, we have the sampling time as 1 by 500 second. So The denominator with lowest value will have highest sampling time. Next question. Compare the output signal swing of the following power amplifiers. First one, class A amplifier, next class B amplifier, next class AB amplifier, next class C amplifier. Here if you see, the output signal swing of class A amplifier is greater than class AB amplifier, and it is greater than class B amplifier, and it is greater than class C amplifier. So answer D is the correct answer. Next question. For designing a sequential circuit, the following steps are used as general methodology. We know that for designing a sequential circuit, the first step is state diagram, and next step is state table, and next we have to form the state assignment and state transition table, and next we have to draw the K-maps and minimal expression, and next realization. So here answer D is the correct one. Thanks for watching the video. For more videos, don't forget to subscribe our channel.